Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. It's creation tools that allow you to record, edit your podcast right from your phone and computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to do to make a podcast on one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Aaron Smith Can't Lose podcast. I am your host, Aaron Smith. Happy Election Day, or Happy Tuesday, wherever way you see it. It's cold and cloudy and cool in New York today. As you know, across the country, we get to vote for people who pretty much run our lives. And here in the city of New York, we're voting for mayor, as our current mayor, Bill de Blasio, has termed out. And it's between Eric Adams and Curtis Leroy. Yeah, that's what I said. It's like, how do you like your shit sandwich? Do you take it sloppy or do you take it sloppy? Soggy or sloppy? But anyway. As you have known, or you might have known, that I was a candidate at one point in time. Everybody took it as a rib, and
not looking for my mouth. So what you think was good? No, it wasn't. There was more, a lot of problems with my mouth. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm outside recording this, so bear with me. You know, people talking to themselves. People think I'm talking to myself on my phone, recording this shit. But whatever. Anyway. So I was working on a campaign for mayor. Didn't really go in my favor. Didn't really even take me seriously. So I missed some deadline on some paperwork, and they never sent me the paperwork. They never sent me the deadline. Never told me when the deadline was. Never got back to me. So that was the end of that. Then I get a phone call from Candidate Services, or was it the Campaign Finance Board, or whatever to. I think it was the Campaign Finance Board. And these people told me basically, do I want to still run? I said, yeah, what I got to do. And they pretty much tell me, they talk me out of it. I guess they get a lot of this, where, a lot of people think they can just run for office, but anybody can. I mean, hell, look who he had for a fuckwife of a president for 4 years. Anyway. It just didn't pan out the way I thought. I didn't really get what I wanted out of it. I didn't even get to be a write-in candidate, even like that. Somebody from Candidate Services was supposed to call me, never did. Then I get all these text messages saying, oh, help your campaign, support your campaign, promote your campaign. I'm like, I ain't got none. I don't have one. So I guess they didn't get the memo that I was, pretty much written out, or never written in, for that matter. Then I get, it's like, don't you just love this time of year where everybody and anybody that you never heard of, or you kind of heard of on TV, you get these people that work for them calling you up on the phone saying you vote for them. And they always catch you on the worst times, like maybe, you're eating, taking a dump, or you may be trying to give it to your woman, But in this particular instance, they called me when I was on the bus on my way to my friend's house, and that would have been all fine if they weren't so rude about it. First of all, for those that know me, I don't pick up phone calls that I don't know. If I don't know a number, I don't pick it up. If I don't know that person, I don't pick it up. Because most likely it's a bill collector or a spammer. And like most people, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to pick up. So, to make a long story short, someone from the lovely office of Eric Adams, the Democratic presumptuous guy, well, he's the favorite, he's the front runner to win this election. Somebody from his office called me, all rude and shit, and they basically told me, something like this. I speak to Aaron, so I'm thinking, I don't know you. So I'm like, who is this? And they're like, oh, this is so and so from the Adam office. I want to know you have support. And I pretty much told them in a funny way, no, I don't support cops, even if they don't wear the uniform anymore. I don't fuck with cops, period. That's just me. Had past bad experiences. But like, then they continue to keep going on and on. Oh, he's trying to save the city, and this and that third, and blah blah blah, this and oh, this, that, nerd, and whatever. I said, lady, listen. I said, I don't give a fuck about you or Eric Adams. Hell, I don't care about the other guy. That, silver guy, you know, the Garden Angels one. The one with the frou-frou beret on and shit. That guy. You know, mini Trump, I call him. But anyway. So she got nasty on that, so I just hung up on her. I'm like, what is with these people? I don't owe you nothing. No one does. And I'm a little sore about, the whole, write-in thing and the campaign thing. So how the hell do I look? Vote for somebody that I was almost running against, I say, if you will. But being as this is a somewhat important election, I just said, what the hell? I had an absentee ballot anyway. So I voted for the cocksucker. But like I said, the lesser of two evils, like any election. But anyway, moving on. I'm just going to go off the top of my head. Like I said, it's been about a little bit, so much going on, so much to discuss, so much to talk about. We'll get there. We'll bear with me. For the two people that listen to this podcast, appreciate you. But yeah, we're just going to have a little fun today. Because, I call it 2 Fucks Tuesday. If you give 2 fucks, you're going to enjoy this shit. If you don't give 2 fucks, you're still going to enjoy this shit. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. And we'll be right back. Hello again, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Smith can't lose. So a lot has happened since my last good episode. I guess about a month or two. A lot in news. We had that young lady that was killed by her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. He ended up killing himself. Like, that's some shit. I don't care how mad I'm at my woman. I'm not gonna kill her. I'm not even gonna put hands on her. Like that. Wow. And it's a lot in the media. And big deal. And they even had dog looking for him, dog bounty hunter. Oh my. And this went on for about a month, I think. And then the parents of the girl were fighting with the parents of the guy, which is going to make sense. It was going to happen regardless, and Brian Laundrie, right? I think that's the guy's name. Yeah. So he, I guess we'll never know because they're both gone, and the only people that knew about it are both dead now. So it's a tragedy. It's a travesty in itself. Like I said, the parents, they said they were allegedly hiding him, and then they got this lawyer that were, pretty much bashing Dog the Bounty Hunter and John Walsh, old John from America's Most Wanted. I remember that show. It's funny that I used to enjoy stuff like that, TV shows like that, and cops, and all of a sudden, as I get older, you realize what law enforcement is really about. But anyway, so he's no longer there. He's gone. She's gone. So it's like, that's pretty much it. But I don't know. There's an investigation. How does that work? Like no one's happy. Both families lost somebody. So it's a sucky situation. And then what's even worse is that you got people who are, a lot of these women that go missing years and they don't get found. Sucks. On another note, we got another couple that's in disarray. I mean, they're still with us, which is good. But Jada Pinkett Smith, what the fuck is wrong with you? Not only did you cheat on the Fresh Prince, Will Smith, with a guy a kid I should say, 19 years old, brought him in the house, took him as one of your own, and you basically dug your claws into him and used him, and then, like I said, cheated on Will. Then you turn around and talk to one of your other Hollywood chicken heads, Gwyneth Paltrow. The chick that wants to sell a candle that smells like her pussy and shit. Nasty bitch. Anyway, you talk to her about how bad Will is in bed. Wow. Where do I begin? Like, I don't know what kind of man Will is. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like too much of a nice guy. But that was me, personally. I'm like, you know what? It's time for you to go. Regardless of whatever he is, that's your personal business. That's your job. And there's all these women that want to go ahead and like, you go, girl. He ain't this, he ain't that. Well, alright, fine. If that's what he is, then why are you still with him? Because basically you're roommates at this point. Why you got still together? The kid's grown. Willow and Jaden, they're grown. So why you together? You made your career. I mean, you were a C actress at best. You know, Low Down Dirty Shame was alright. You were okay and set it off. But, you know, ain't nothing Academy Award winning that you've done. Maybe that one time, you know, you played that character and set it off and you had to pay your bills and you had to, you know, bang the old man for some money. You know, I thought that was funny. Maybe you deserve an award for that. But anyway, bro, I've been cheated on before. I've been talked down to before. My advice to Will Smith is quit that shit. Quit it. And maybe this is somewhat his fault because, you know, the rumor was that they like to swing. And it's also another one that's saying that he swung, you know, the other way. That's their business. My thing is this. Keep it in-house. There's no reason for you to be out there blabbing to somebody else about your relationship. That's your relationship. That's between you and your man, not some broad in Hollywood. And quite honestly, I'm sorry to say it, but shit ain't shit. I'm really so happy that Tupac is not allowed to see this. Because who knows what he would have said. You know? As you know, they were very close when he was alive. But fucking wow. Like, your audacity. There's a lot of girls that like that. A lot of females like that. Women, I should say. Women that act like girls. You know. What's the point? Why is it worth it? You know? I don't think so. Honestly, he need to cut the bitch off. You know, let her fend for herself. That way she can do what she want to do. He can do what he want to do. And that's it. You know? Will's a megastar. Will know how to make money. I know he just came out with a new movie. You know? Fresh Prince rerun still running. He's a $20 million man. And you talking crap about this, dude? Maybe it's something I'm missing. Maybe it's not the whole picture. I don't know. But yeah, surface, Jada's just a trifling ass bitch. And it's sad. You know, but that's Hollywood for you. But what are you gonna do? Now I'm getting real tired of talking about this, so I'm only going to keep it short and to the point. So here we go. Alright, so everybody knows about the vaccine. Right. We've been dealing with this pandemic shit for about going on 3 years now, you know. And it's either you take it, should you not take it. First was the beginning of the shots and getting them, you know, should I, shouldn't I? I had that conversation too, my fiance and my family, you know. Some people in my family have decided not to take in that, and I respect that. And you also respect the fact that they have to wear a mask around me, and that's fine. But now you got the booster, which has been approved. You know, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. You know, they recommend that you take it 6 months after the fact that you took your second. And people are still bitching. And then there are a lot of people who won't take it. And that's their right. But what's not right is stopping somebody else from taking it because you don't want it. And on the flip side, the people that took it, you can't tell nobody to force you to take it. Y'all both wrong. It's a choice. But it's also a choice not to be in somebody's face about it. Either way, vaccinated or unvaccinated. It's a waste of fucking time. You do what you do, they do what they do. It's back and forth and it's bickering and it's bitching. Ridiculous. For what? Waste of breath. You know, why? For what? What do you get out of it? Frustration. High blood pressure problem. We want to go at each other's throats. For what? We've been getting shots all our lives. Now it's a problem? Why? Because some charlatan who happened to be the former president told you not to. Some guy who basically saw the internet in his basement said it's the wrong thing. And on the flip side, Dr. Fauci says he wants you to take it. Bottom line is, make your own decision. But also, keep it to your fucking self. That's it. Be a lot less nonsense. Now, on the flip side of that, you have also city employees such as EMT workers, bus drivers, train operators. I live in New York City. That's where I'm basing my whole talk about this. Police that basically, think they're holier than thou, think they're better than everybody else. Today, hey, I ain't gonna take this shot, and I'm gonna walk off the job. Now that is hilarious, because you will give up your livelihood because you don't want to get pricked. Okay, that's fine. Then there was another thing saying that, they can just get tested. And if they can get tested and keep covering their face and wearing a mask, they can still work. I think this is going all around the country. They didn't want to do that. So you're left with, okay. All right. Yeah. That's dumb. Basically, they have proven all along what many others have been saying about people who are cops. They're entitled. What's good for them is not good for you. And this is not a race thing. We're just going to throw that out the window. This is basically saying, because I put on a uniform and I got a gun, I don't have to do what you have to do, but you do it. And you got to do what I say. That's entitled thinking. That's bullshit. And like I said, I've had this conversation with my own family. Yeah, you're damn right it's a choice. Damn right. You do what you want to do with yourself. I'm all about free speech, free will, all that. And also being a Christian too. But I also believe you can do what you want to do, because that's your life. But if you're an official, if you're working in the public, wouldn't it be best to just put something over your mouth and get tested and make sure you're all right so you don't get anybody sick? I'm putting the shot to the side. No, like I said, the shot is not 100%. We know that. The booster is not 100%. We know that. But just to protect yourself and just to make sure you're good so you don't break that back to your families either. Wow. I mean, maybe you guys don't deserve to be working. Maybe you guys don't deserve to be cops. Maybe it's probably a good thing that you do walk off. Maybe there'll be less people shot innocently and harassed and all that. But I think y'all go hand in hand. You know, this whole thing about public safety and, you have to comply, and people that get shot, killed, they should have complied. People still do what they do. They still put their hands up. They still put it on their knees. They still, do all the things that the cops tell them to do, and they still get killed. But on the other hand, if a cop goes ahead and says, I don't want to get a shot, that's it. No. It's just no. That's hypocritical. I just don't understand that. Maybe it's not for me to understand. But like I said, maybe, just maybe, a lot of us will be better off if they're not walking the street.